Okay, so social media design is something you use on your social media account for publicity and to create awareness. Yeah, so that is what social media design is. Um, social media designs are the sizes of social media designs most times are different from the sizes of printed designs or printing designs that you print out. So basically, the size that we use for social media designs is 7 by 7, like 7 inches by 7 inches. That way it can enter an Instagram story easily, and you can use it for other workspaces too. So 7 by 7 is what you use for social media designs. Yeah, um I'll just dive into it quickly. This is my Photoshop workspace, and this is a picture I want to use on a design that I was just doing now that I showed Rollins. Okay. Let me get to the design. Let me open the design. Um, so the name of the design is GH Activate. Yeah, so this is the design. Can we see the design, please? Let me get our responses. Are we still here? How many persons? Two. Oh, just two participants now. Wow. 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 Okay, so this is the design. So what I'll be doing now is I want to implement this picture. Like I want to put this picture in this design actually. So I'll drag it from here to my design. You hold alternate and drag. I think we have been taught all these ones in the previous classes that we'll be having. So you zoom out to see where your mouse is, and you drag and reduce the size of the picture so that it can fit into your workspace. Make sure all your pictures that you add to your workspace is fitted into the design. So you have to zoom out to see the size of it, and when you zoom back in, you see that now it's fitted into the design. So I'm just gonna open it up, open it up. Yeah, because I just want the side of the design. I just want the side, not the full design. So this is my layer workspace. I mean, this is my layer panel, and I'm going to drag down this image to the layer after the background. So this is the background. This is the background layer. This is the image that I dropped layer. So what I'm going to do is I want to blend this with the background so that you can see the text. So I'll change it to overlay. So this is overlay, or I'll change it to soft light actually. Um Overlay, soft light, or linear light. Okay, no. So overlay will go for it. So I'll reduce the fill. Okay. I'll reduce the opacity too. Okay, to something like, let's say, 40. So, but this is not what I want to achieve actually. So I want to, okay, let me see if I can duplicate this picture. I'll duplicate the picture. So I just use alternate and dragged up the layer with my mouse, with my right click. So I've duplicated the layer. What I'll do is I'll change this back to normal. Now normal is the normal way the design, the picture is not blending with the background and everything. So I've changed the stuff back. So now what I want to do is I want to select the human being, like just the leg and the hand or I want to just erase the background of this white stuff so that I can have just the picture, just the hand and the leg with the, is that something they use and see, just the eyeglass, the hand and the leg. So I'm going to use my magic eraser tool and see if it will work. Yeah, it works perfectly. So I removed the background and just left the hand and the leg and the box stuff. I don't know what they call those stuff. So now I'm just going to use my eraser tool to see if I can clean all the unwanted stuff that is there. Brush, increase the size of the brush. Then this is increase the size a little bit bigger, and I'm cleaning this, the unwanted stuff that I have. So this is it, and I'm just going to drag it to make it full the workspace, because most times when you are doing a design, make it always think about if it's fooling, like it has to, or it should not be half, or you should not see the cut on it. Yeah, so we should not be seeing the cut out of the design actually. So I'm just going to increase the contrast of this image because we want it to be very contrasting, and the so we want it to be very contrasting. So you reduce the brightness a little, increase the contrast. No, the contrast now is too much. So yeah, so this is it. But at least I think I'm having some issues because I cannot um wait, Rollins, I see hearing me, please.
Yes, I'm hearing.
Okay, so what I want to do is I wanted to keep it at the side. Like I wanted this image to be at the side so that it will not affect the test, because this test has to be this test has to be um this is a middle alignment test, so no image should affect your test. That is, it should affect your the image that is here. And right now I'm seeing that the image is going to affect the test. So I'm going to look for another image on my free pick. Yeah. Um Activate. So the theme is activate. So most times when you're doing a social media design, if you have a team, especially for a church social media design, when you have a team, now imagine your team is a span. So you just go to free pick, you type a span and see the images that it shows up, or you type images that are related to that expand or activate or stuff like that. Yeah. So that's just basically how you search for images to blend with your background to represent what you are doing. Yeah. So I'm going to take this to vector and search. No, network is slow. So I think instead of using that picture, I'll use this power stuff and erase the test. So this is a zip file. I'll have to unzip the file for me to be able to reach it, for me to be able to use it. Yeah. So the pick has come now. Oh wow, my Fabric is actually giving me some issues. Next. Hmm. Oh boy. Okay. So back to where I was downloading the background stuff. Blend with it. Yeah, that's right. Um, it can be very sometimes. Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna save the image zip file, the vector utility. So I am going to just open its power button. Now this is when you click on it, this is the image here. So I'm just gonna drag it to my desktop so I can see it easily. RM 37 3. So just gonna use my hand scan RM. So just gonna drag it into my Photoshop and click drop. And I don't want this test, so I'm just going to use the brush tool, then put it at normal, increase the size a little bit, and change this color. Any color that is on this your color picker is what you will use to erase the brush too. So I'm just going to click on the color that is on this image so that I can use it. And so I'm going to increase the size of the brush too so that it will be faster. And this is it. I just want those tests to show, and just gonna drag it into the GH activate image and drop. So like I said, you have to fit in your image, and that's the first thing you need to do. So this is the image, and so I have to drag it down so I can now use overlay. Yeah, so overlay will make it not okay. Let's see, soft light. So better. Yeah, so I'm just going to reduce the fill to 50. No, I don't understand you. Um, so I'm going to reduce the fill to something like say 45, like say 50. So I've successfully blended a background in the back of the or in the background. I blended another picture in the background. So still on, still I'll still increase the contrast and do those stuff. Then I'm going to remove this other image. Guys, I deleted the other image. So now I need to find a way to place this spectacle stuff with this image, and I just need to find a way to do that. So either I'm going to drop it here. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay. Mm-hmm. So then I'm going to come to my adjustments. This is a file edit image. So when you get to the image panel, you see adjustments. Then you come to you can change the brightness, exposure, vibrance, hue, saturation, color balance, saturation, animation. So the most important thing here for you is your brightness, contrast, your exposure, your vibrance, hue, saturation, color balance, black and white, and desaturate photo filter. The rest, I don't think you'll be needing them most times. So when you click on the photo filter, you see that this is already on yellow. Yeah, the color is already on yellow. So if you increase it to 100%, you see that it has changed the picture to yellow. And now I want to blend the picture with the purple that is on my design. So I'm just going to take it to purple, and now you see that it's on purple. Yeah, so that's just what I'm going to do, and I'm going to reduce the purple. Yeah. So this is basically how I want the design to look like. I think I'm not yet done. I'm trying to align it now. The youth service, I'm going to take that up a little bit, and yeah, and take the theme and activate a little bit up. Yeah, yeah. So I would have loved to break down this activate into two places. So, but you know how some church people used to be now, that they want to read it at once and this and that. So I don't have strength to come and be explaining and be changing a whole lot of stuff. So if you break it down, you have the capacity to increase the size more. But since I don't want to do that, I'm just gonna leave it like this. To the date and time, I'm gonna agree and take it up a little bit, and then the 14th August. Is this in the middle? I don't think so. So if you want to, you're going to I'm going to highlight on two of the layers that with these shapes, I be with this rectangle stuff. So taking it to the middle and the venue, I'm gonna just take this venue a little bit left. So I should be in the middle, take it up a little bit, and RCCG Jesus House Degama close. So this is it. And then the contrast of this background, I want to increase it a little bit for my sake. So I'm just gonna increase it. Yep, 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 better. And reduce the brightness a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is it. So this is the design. Uh, is there anything else? Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think so. So I'm gonna close this workspace, save this so that I can use it, and close this other workspace. Yeah, so this is the design. What I think I need to add here is okay. What I think I need to add here is my beam lights. So just gonna drag that from I think it is in pictures swipe. Or more. I still have a lot of pictures. So look at it, it's already here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drag it down and drop it here. So I'm gonna drag it into the workspace and it's yellow, right? And drop it at this part. Um so I'm just gonna reduce it and drop it here. So I don't want this yellow stuff, and so I'm just gonna leave it at linear light or no screen. Screen will be better, but um so so now I'm going to change this with the photo filter to see if it can give me a little bit of okay, it's already working. A little bit of the purple. Yeah, so yeah, so you can see that it's already getting into the purple state, and see if I can increase this contrast of it and reduce the brightness a little bit. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna duplicate it. Yeah, so let's take this. Yeah, so yeah, so this is the design, and I think I'm done with this. So let me explain most of what I have here. So RCCG Jesus House is the logo and the name of the parish. Now this is the layer for that. This is the layer for the RCCG Jesus House. So I'm trying to make it in the middle. So when I just put the logo, put the RCCG Jesus House, then the PAC, then I came down to youth service because this is a youth service. So I just use a font test in Zendot. Yeah, so this is my font panel, and I scroll down and I just choose the font I wanted to use. So I use Zendot, and so the theme I would have easily used Zendot for the theme, but I felt like I should use a script test. So I have a lot of script tests on board. I have the Rambler, I have Holy Mount. So as a designer too, you need to learn how to cram most of your font tests because
Uh,
scrolling.
Please, you can also, excuse me, sir. You can also at least drop a list of those texts so I can download them, and
Okay.
add them up.
Voila. So wow, wow.
We can drop that on the Slack platform.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll try and drop that hopefully. So the I have okay, so where I usually get my font from is dafont.com, dafont.com. So I just, even if I'm not designing that day, I'll just go there and look for some cool font and download and keep in case of when I want to design, and I will just look at them. So most times I use this orthography. Yeah. So orthography is also a cool font for scripts, and yeah, so there are other different types of script font I have there. I have this Garland, I have um I have Sacramento, I have Holy Mount, I have the Calonification. Ah, Jesus, Californication. Yeah, so that's the name of the font I use for the team. Then the activate I so basically another thing that we need to wow, the free meeting will end in 10 minutes. The meeting host needs to upgrade to a paid account. Wow. 10 minutes, 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
let's see what we can do with 10 minutes. So another thing we need to understand is when designing on Photoshop, you need to okay when designing actually normally you need to try to maximize the number of texture fonts near the type of fonts that you're using. You cannot use more than 3 fonts in the design. So now if you check this design, you have the youth service activate, they are the same fonts. You have the theme, the different font. Then the remaining text is just one font. Date and time is monument extended. The date is monument extended. The other date is venue monument extended. You see that I'm just using one font throughout. So you have to use not more than one font, and you should not make your design have too much font because it does scatter the hierarchy of the design. Now, the bigger the text, the bigger the size of the text is what will attract the viewer's attention to. So the hierarchy now is activate. Now, activate is the major theme. That is the theme of the program. So that's what I want the viewers to see more. It's not the youth service. So the youth service have to be smaller, the team has to be bigger. Now the date and time is 14th August 2020. So like you just have to make the hierarchy from the most important to the less important. So that's how it's going: youth service, team, activity, date and time, venue, then the social media handles. Yeah, so that's just it. 10 minutes will soon be up. So what I just showed us now is just how to arrange our design. Yeah, basically we have left alignment, we have right alignment, we have middle alignment. So as a graphic designer, you need to know the alignments you are using for a particular design. So if I want to design, I already know that okay, I want to use left alignment or I want to use middle alignment for the design. So all your text needs to come in the middle. If you want to still put it in the side, but you have to still align it. Yeah. So when you align your design, it gives your design a more professional look. Yeah. So then you download your backgrounds from Freepik. You just soft. Most times don't majorly download backgrounds when you want to use them. Just take out time and download a whole lot of cool backgrounds and keep in case you want to use them in future. So remaining meeting time is 7 minutes. So what I did for this the square shape, what I did for this square shape, the I used the background, like I just duplicated the background and I created clipping mask. So when you if you duplicate the background, now this is the background. So I right click and I create clipping mask. So it enters the image. Yeah. So you see now that this date and time is the background color. So now if I want to increase the like the what do you call it, the gradient or the shining feeling of this background, I'm going to just go to contrast and go to brightness and contrast. Instead of me to just go to gradient and start fizzling there and everything, I will just come here, increase the brightness. You see that as I'm increasing the brightness, it's also changing here. If I reduce the brightness, it changes down. Yeah, so this is it. This is just it. So that's how you change the brightness or the contrast of your image. Now, the brightness and contrast of the image affects the design. You see some designs, they are too shouty. It's because of the brightness that you used on the background you get. So you need to master how you increase and reduce the brightness of your backgrounds and pictures and images and everything. So yeah, so we have come to the end of the class. So what I'll be doing is I'll drop um I will drop the fonts that I used on this design and some other cool fonts that you can get on the Slack workspace. And maybe next time we'll start a design from scratch. Yeah, I was having issues with my Zoom. That's why I did not start this design from the scratch. I was already designing it when I was trying to load my Zoom. So maybe in another class we'll start a design from scratch, so you'll see how I started, how I got everything, how I thought about the design process before implementing it. So till we meet next time, it's a goodbye from me. Yeah, so take care of yourself, everybody.
Right. Thank you
Is
very
there
much.
any
I'll just
question?
try and
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Do you
I'll
have
just try and record some of all these tools. Do a separate recording for brush to layer mask,
yeah,
just to
yeah,
explain
yeah.
all those.
Yeah, so
And
the overlay and the layer panels and everything is really help.
yes, yes,
Yeah, because
do
it
that.
took me time to lay overlays. So that will really help. The crop to the selection to
Yes,
um the
magic
eraser
wand.
to magic blur and make all of them they need to know all these things. Now this is the shape to different shapes, custom shape to you check the shape that you want to use, and all this stuff will help you. The eyedropper tool for your images when you want to edit an image and stuff like that. So that's just basically Photoshop. The major things that you'll be using is just this: your move to, your selection to, your crop to, your brush to,
Brush.
your eraser to, your gradient bucket to, then zoom and text to, then your shape to. Then that's just it.
That's
So
all.
that's just
That's all.
then when you come to your layer, you can see where I clicked on this normal darker color and
Blending modes.
all this blending shit here. So then you have this opacity fill, and this is the text panel. So what I do, I'll just click on the text panel that I want and paragraph everything. So character and everything. So that's just basically how everything works here. So then yeah, I don't know what to say again, but till next class, yeah, I'll send the fonts and send the. So when we're searching for backgrounds on Freepik can be very greedy with their resources. So you have to know how to search. So sometimes if you don't see what you're looking for, you still have to go to the other pages. Don't just leave the place because you do not see what you're actually looking for. So you check for purple, like how I used to get this background. I checked for purple. This is not how the background was actually. I had to work on it and increase the contrast, reduce the size and stuff like that. So you check on Freepik and you check on splash.com, unsplash.com for backgrounds and images. You can actually make your own background from Photoshop by just using your solid color or you use your gradient. But most times you get cooler backgrounds from Freepik and other sites. Yeah, so that's it. And 1 minute 38 seconds remaining on my time. So Rollins, I'm going to
You
be
should
dropping.
check Pinterest.
Yeah, I didn't get you.
I said they can also check Pinterest.
Yeah. Pinterest, but I'm not a fan of Pinterest, so because they have done me some strong things. So yeah, I'll just leave. I will just enjoy my free week and
All
be
right.
okay.
No.
And on splash.com,
No,
so on splash.com helps me a lot.
all
So
right.
that's just it.
No problem. All
So
right. Now
any questions later, we can attend to it in another time.
you can ask questions in the Slack channel too.
Okay.
I'm available to answer. So I think the meeting should end about now in a minute
Yeah.
seconds.
Less than 1 minute. So yeah, so I'll save this stop and share.
Send me the recording so I can.
Yeah, okay. While I pause, stop and share.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay.